Here is a swing analysis of Kang, PGA Tour player. Here is one of his driver swings from 2019, and one thing that's very unique about his golf swing is the pace of his backswing, of his tempo. But as far as mechanics go, he's pretty much really sound and creates a lot of body rotation and extension. So as he takes that club back, the hands are working more inward towards his right thigh, and that's one thing I always take a look at is what the hand path is doing. And the hands are working more inward with his driver and his irons as well. But the most important thing is the hands work in is making sure that the driver head and shaft stay more out in front, and in this case more on the plane line, the blue line there. As he continues his backswing, he's rotating and tilting his shoulders in addition to extending his spine. So his spine starts to get longer through the shot here as he continues back. And as he does that, as he extends his spine, the shaft becomes more vertical. So it gets more up in the air. When he completes his backswing, he completes it by tilting and rotating and extending his spine, and his hands and arms are working more around his body on an inward type motion, just like his takeaway. So they're more on an inward line, not over his toe line, but more around his body. And as he continues to the top of the swing, some may look at his position at the top with the shaft being more across the line there, and I look at that as it's pointing that direction because of the amount of inward his hands went, the more extension and rotation he gets within his body, and that's what gets the club more in that position at the top. He's not doing anything with his hands to get it to point in that direction because his left wrist stays fairly flat there. As he starts his downswing, that shaft really starts to flatten out right away. So he gets that club on the plane line as soon as possible. And one reason why that happens is because of where the club is at the top of his swing. So once he starts down, he creates some weight shift into his left. But if you watch his hips here, his hips are already pointing at the golf ball before he's really started down with his arms in the club. And then as he continues, he just rotates as fast as he can, and that club just follows the plane, even gets a little bit under plane, which is fine. He hits more of a draw. But the faster he rotates through the shot, the closer that club gets to the plane line, and the more club head speed he can create because of the amount of rotation. Through the hit, his hands stay higher than the club head. Not much wrist roll or action through the shot. He just continues his rotation, and then that club finishes more around his body, full extension and rotation within his spine, and his legs stay really close together, and he lets that club go as fast as possible to create as much club head speed as he can. So hopefully you enjoyed this analysis of Kang's golf swing, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments section.